What if the loneliness you feel right now is not a sign that something is wrong with you, but a quiet invitation to come home to yourself? What if this heaviness in your chest, this tiredness you can't explain, isn't failure, but a doorway? There are seasons in life when the world grows strangely quiet. Friends drift away, conversations feel shallow. Even when you sit beside others, you still feel alone. And slowly, without realizing it, you begin to believe a painful story. Maybe I don't matter. Maybe I'm behind. Maybe something is broken inside me. But Buddhist wisdom offers a gentler truth. Loneliness is not proof that you are unworthy of love. Depression is not proof that you are weak. Sometimes they are signals, soft, persistent signals, asking you to slow down, to listen, to care for the parts of yourself you have ignored for too long. This is not a video about forcing positivity. It is not about pretending everything is fine. It is about sitting beside your pain with compassion. It is about learning how to breathe again, how to soften, how to reconnect. These are 6 Buddhist lessons to help you heal loneliness and depression slowly, patiently, like light returning at dawn. Listen gently. Let each word meet you where you are. You are not alone here. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Stop fighting your pain. Sit with it gently. When you feel lonely or depressed, your first instinct is often to escape. You distract yourself. You scroll. You stay busy. You fill every quiet moment with noise because silence feels dangerous. In silence, the feelings rise, and so you run. But Buddhism teaches something radically different. What you resist persists. What you allow softens. Pain does not grow stronger because you look at it. It grows stronger because you pretend it isn't there. Imagine a small child crying in another room. If you ignore the child, the crying only gets louder. But if you walk in, sit down, and simply say, "I'm here," the crying slowly quiets. Your sadness is the same. It is not your enemy. It is a part of you asking for attention. Yet many people treat their sadness like a problem to solve or a flaw to fix. You may tell yourself, "I shouldn't feel this way. Other people have it worse. I just need to be stronger." But every time you judge your feelings, you add another layer of suffering. In Buddhism, there is a practice called mindful awareness. It means observing your emotions without labeling them as good or bad. Instead of saying, "This loneliness is terrible," you gently say, "Loneliness is here." Instead of, "I'm broken," you say, "Pain is present." Notice the difference. One creates war, the other creates space. You are not the sadness, you are the awareness noticing it. That small shift changes everything. Try this tonight. When the heaviness shows up, don't reach for your phone. Don't turn on the television. Sit quietly. Place one hand on your chest. Breathe slowly and whisper, "It's okay. I'm here with you." No fixing, no judging, just presence. At first, this might feel uncomfortable. You may want to run, but stay. Stay like you would stay beside someone you love, because you are someone you love. Loneliness often deepens because you abandon yourself in the moment you need yourself most. Healing begins the moment you stop leaving. The Buddha taught that suffering decreases when we stop clinging and stop resisting. Your feelings are like weather. Storms pass faster when you stop trying to control the sky. Let them come, let them move through, let them leave in their own time. You don't need to win against your sadness. You only need to sit beside it, like an old friend, quietly, patiently, compassionately, and slowly, almost invisibly, the sharp edges begin to soften, not because the pain disappeared, but because you stopped fighting it. And sometimes, peace begins with something as small as staying. Lesson 2. Return to the present. Loneliness lives in thoughts, not reality. Loneliness has a strange habit. It rarely exists in the moment itself. It lives in the stories you tell yourself about the moment. Notice this carefully. Right now, as you listen, you are breathing. Your heart is beating. Perhaps there is light in the room. Perhaps there is the faint sound of air or distant traffic. Nothing here is attacking you. Nothing here is rejecting you. Yet your mind might still whisper, "No one cares about me. I'll always be alone. My life will never change." These thoughts feel real, but they are not reality. They are interpretations. In Buddhism, this is called the monkey mind, the restless mind that jumps from past regrets to future fears without ever resting in the present. Depression often pulls you into the past. You replay mistakes, old conversations, moments you wish you handled differently. Loneliness often pushes you into the future. You imagine empty days ahead, growing older alone, a life without connection. So your mind is either behind you or ahead of you, almost never here. But here is the only place life actually exists. The Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future." Concentrate the mind on the present moment, because the present moment is rarely as painful as the story. Right now, you are simply sitting, simply breathing, simply existing, and that is enough. Try a small practice with me. Take one slow breath. Feel the air enter your nose. Feel your chest rise. Feel the air leave. Nothing else matters for these few seconds, just breath. When you focus completely on something simple and real, like breathing or the feeling of your feet on the floor, the mind has less room to create fearful stories. You return home to your body, and something interesting happens. Loneliness loosens its grip, because loneliness feeds on imagination. Presence starves it. When you wash dishes, just wash dishes. When you drink tea, just drink tea. When you walk, just walk. Not thinking about yesterday, not predicting tomorrow, just being. These tiny acts may seem too simple to help, but simplicity is powerful. Depression makes life feel overwhelming. Mindfulness makes life small and manageable again. Just this step, just this breath, just this moment. You don't have to solve your entire life tonight. You don't have to figure out your future. You only have to be here, fully, gently. Lesson 3. Release the story that you are not enough. There is a quiet sentence that often hides beneath loneliness. A sentence you may never say out loud, but it hums softly in the background of your thoughts. I am not enough, not interesting enough, not successful enough, not lovable enough, not needed enough. And over time, this sentence stops sounding like a thought. It starts sounding like the truth. So when someone doesn't text back, you think, of course. When plans fall through, you think, that makes sense. When life feels heavy, you whisper, it must be me. But Buddhism invites you to question this story gently, not by fighting it, but by looking at it with clear eyes. Because suffering often comes not from reality, but from the identity you build around it. You say, I am lonely. Instead of, loneliness is visiting me, you say, I am broken, instead of pain is moving through me. These small differences in language matter, because the moment you attach pain to your identity, it becomes heavier, permanent, personal. But the Buddha taught the principle of non-self, the understanding that you are not your thoughts, not your emotions, not even the stories you repeat about yourself. Thoughts arise, feelings arise, stories arise, and then they pass, just like clouds passing through the sky. The sky does not become the cloud, and you are not your sadness. Yet many people treat every self-critical thought like a fact. Imagine believing every passing cloud is permanent. Imagine saying, "The sky is ruined forever." It would sound strange. But this is exactly what the mind does with pain. A single mistake becomes, "I always fail." One rejection becomes, "No one wants me." One quiet season becomes, "I will always be alone." This is not truth. This is the mind trying to protect you by predicting the worst. But protection built on self-attack only deepens suffering. So here is a gentler way. The next time you notice the inner critic speaking, don't argue with it. Don't try to silence it. Simply say, "Ah, a self-judging thought is here." Notice the space you create. You are no longer inside the thought. You are observing it. You become the witness. And from that place, compassion becomes possible. In Buddhism, compassion is not reserved for others. It begins with yourself. Strangely, many people find it easier to forgive strangers than to forgive themselves. You may speak kindly to a friend who is struggling. You may say, "It's okay, you're trying your best." But to yourself you say, "You should be better by now." Why the difference? Why are you the only one who doesn't deserve tenderness? Imagine speaking to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love deeply, softly, patiently, without punishment. Try this tonight. Place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and say quietly, "I am allowed to struggle. I am allowed to be imperfect. I am still worthy of love." At first, it may feel awkward, even silly, but that is only because you are not used to kindness from yourself. Self-compassion is a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. And slowly, the old story begins to loosen. The story that says you are behind. The story that says you failed. The story that says everyone else figured life out except you. Comparison is another hidden wound. You look at others and assume their lives are smooth, happy, certain, but you are only seeing the surface. Everyone carries invisible battles. Everyone has nights they don't talk about. Everyone feels alone sometimes. You are not uniquely broken. You are human, and being human means being imperfect, tender, learning as you go. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling lonely. There is nothing defective about feeling depressed. These are experiences, not identities, weather, not the sky. So each time the old voice returns and whispers, "You're not enough," try responding with calm awareness. "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose kindness instead. Not force, not denial, just kindness." Because healing doesn't come from criticizing yourself into becoming better. It comes from loving yourself into becoming whole. And maybe, just maybe, you were never lacking anything to begin with. Maybe you were only waiting to treat yourself like someone worth caring for. Lesson 4. Create gentle connection. You do not have to walk alone. Loneliness can make the world feel very far away, as if everyone else is living behind glass, laughing, talking, belonging, and you are watching from the outside, quiet, invisible, separate. After enough time, you may begin to withdraw even more. You cancel plans. You stop reaching out. You tell yourself it's easier this way, safer, because if you don't try, you can't be rejected. But this protection slowly becomes a prison, not because you don't want connection, but because you are tired. Tired of pretending, tired of small talk, tired of feeling misunderstood, so you isolate. And isolation feeds loneliness, which feeds more isolation. A quiet circle that repeats itself. Buddhism offers a softer approach. It does not say, go out and be social. It does not say, make more friends. Instead, it teaches the idea of Sangha. Sangha means community, but not a loud crowd, not popularity, not constant activity. Sangha simply means people or spaces that support your well-being. Sometimes Sangha is just one person. Sometimes it is simply being around life. Because connection does not always mean conversation. Sometimes connection is just presence. Think about this. Have you ever sat in a cafe alone, yet felt strangely comforted by the quiet sound of others nearby? The clinking cups, soft voices, movement, no one speaking to you, yet you feel less alone. This is still connection. You are sharing space, sharing existence. You are part of the human flow. Loneliness often convinces you that connection must be big and impressive. Deep talks, perfect friendships, constant closeness. But that expectation makes connection feel overwhelming, so you avoid it entirely. Instead, try making it small, very small, gentle enough that your nervous system feels safe. Maybe it's just taking a slow walk in a park where other people pass by. Maybe it's sitting in a library. Maybe it's smiling at the cashier. Maybe it's sending one simple message. Hey, I was thinking of you. No performance. No pressure to be interesting. No need to impress anyone. Just small reminders that you exist alongside others. You don't have to be dazzling. You only have to be present. Another quiet practice is offering attention instead of seeking approval. When you focus on how you are being perceived, anxiety grows. But when you focus on listening to someone else, your mind relaxes. Ask simple questions. How has your day been? Then really listen, not to respond, but to understand. Something magical happens when you listen deeply. Walls soften, conversations become warmer, and connection grows naturally, without effort. Loneliness also lessens when you give. This may sound strange. When you feel empty, the last thing you want is to give. But giving reminds you that you matter, that you have something valuable to offer. It doesn't have to be big. Holding a door, helping someone carry something, volunteering an hour, sending a kind note. Small acts create invisible threads between you and the world, threads that slowly weave belonging. And remember this, not everyone deserves access to your energy. Choose gentle people, safe people, people who don't make you shrink. Connection should feel warm, not draining. It is okay to walk away from spaces that exhaust you. You are not meant to fit everywhere. You are meant to find where you feel at ease, where you can exhale, where you don't have to pretend. Healing loneliness is not about becoming more social. It is about becoming more authentic, allowing yourself to be seen exactly as you are. Quiet days, heavy days, soft days. All of you is welcome. Start small. One step, one interaction, one shared moment. You don't need a crowd. You don't need many. Sometimes one gentle connection is enough to remind you you were never truly separate. You were only waiting to step back into the stream of life. And it has been flowing beside you the whole time. Lesson 5. Find meaning in small daily rituals. Let your life become gentle again. When you feel lonely or depressed, time can lose its shape. Days blur together. Morning feels the same as evening. You wake up and there is nothing pulling you forward. No excitement, no clear purpose. Just another day to get through. And slowly, life begins to feel heavy. Not because something terrible happened, but because nothing feels meaningful. This quiet emptiness can be more exhausting than pain itself. Because pain at least feels alive. Emptiness feels numb. Buddhism teaches that much of our suffering does not come from tragedy, but from disconnection. Disconnection from the present moment. Disconnection from the body. Disconnection from simple living. We are taught that purpose must be big, impressive, world-changing. We believe we must achieve something extraordinary to justify our existence. But this belief quietly poisons the heart. Because on ordinary days, and most days are ordinary, you feel like you are failing. So you wait. You wait for motivation. You wait for clarity. You wait for a grand reason to live. And while you wait, life passes. But what if purpose was never meant to be grand? What if meaning was hidden in the smallest things? In Buddhism, there is deep wisdom in the ordinary. Monks sweep floors, wash bowls, prepare tea. Not as chores, but as practices. Each small action is done with full awareness. Because when you give your full presence to something simple, it becomes sacred. Depression often whispers, "Nothing matters." But mindful living gently answers, "Everything matters." The way you fold your blanket, the way you open a window in the morning, the way you pour water into a cup. These are not meaningless acts. They are your life happening. And when you treat them with care, life slowly feels softer. Instead of asking, "What is my purpose in life?" try asking, "How can I care for this moment?" This question is lighter, kinder, easier to answer. You don't need to solve your future. You only need to tend to today. Create small rituals that anchor you. A morning routine, lighting a candle, making tea slowly, stretching your body, watering a plant, writing a few thoughts in a notebook. Nothing complicated, nothing perfect, just gentle repetition. Rituals give shape to time. They create islands of stability in emotional storms. When everything feels uncertain, a simple routine whispers, "You are safe. You are here. This moment is enough." There is something deeply healing about caring for small things. A plant, a pet, your room, your own body. These acts may seem insignificant, but they send a powerful message to your heart. I am worth taking care of. My life is worth tending to. When you cook a simple meal and eat slowly, you are practicing gratitude. When you make your bed, you are creating order. When you step outside and feel sunlight on your face, you are reconnecting with the world. These tiny gestures rebuild your relationship with living. Depression often steals motivation by making everything feel overwhelming. So make life smaller. Don't think about the whole week. Just wash one cup. Don't think about fixing your entire life. Just take one shower, one step, one breath, one action. Small steps are not weak, they are sustainable, and sustainable steps create real change. There is also quiet joy in repetition, doing the same gentle things each day, because repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity creates safety. The mind relaxes, the heart softens. Life becomes less like a battlefield and more like a home. You don't need fireworks to feel alive. Sometimes peace is simply warm socks, soft light, and a slow morning. Sometimes healing is just sitting quietly with a cup of tea, listening to your breath. Nothing extraordinary happening, yet everything is enough. This is the Buddhist path of contentment. Not chasing happiness, not forcing excitement, but noticing that this simple moment is already complete. If you build a life made of small, caring rituals, something beautiful happens. Your days stop feeling empty. They begin to feel held, supported, gentle, and slowly, without dramatic transformation, you realize your life doesn't need to be bigger. It only needs to be closer, closer to your breath, closer to your body, closer to what is already here. Meaning was never missing. It was waiting in the quiet details. Lesson 6. Offer compassion. Turn your pain into a bridge to others. There is one final teaching that sits at the heart of all Buddhist wisdom. A teaching so simple, yet so powerful, it can transform loneliness at its root. It is this: when you ease another person's suffering, your own heart begins to heal. Loneliness often tells you, I have nothing to give. Depression whispers, I am a burden. So you shrink, you hide, you believe you must fix yourself before you are allowed to show up for others. But compassion works in the opposite direction. You don't wait to be healed before connecting. You connect, and healing follows. Because suffering isolates, but compassion connects. Think about the moments in your life when someone showed you unexpected kindness. A soft voice, a patient listener, a small gesture. Didn't it feel like warmth spreading through cold air? You didn't suddenly become perfect, your problems didn't disappear. But for a moment, you felt less alone, less invisible, less heavy. Now imagine being that warmth for someone else, not because you have everything figured out, but because you understand pain. In Buddhism, suffering is not a flaw, it is a doorway to empathy. Your loneliness gives you something precious, the ability to recognize loneliness in others. Your sadness makes you gentle. Your struggle makes you compassionate. These are not weaknesses, they are gifts. You may think compassion requires grand acts, but it rarely does. It lives in small things, looking someone in the eyes when they speak, listening without interrupting, holding space without trying to fix, smiling softly at a stranger, sending a message that says, I'm here if you need. These acts ripple outward in ways you cannot see, and something surprising happens. When you focus on helping someone else breathe easier, your own breath deepens too, because attention moves away from self-judgment and toward shared humanity. The Buddha taught a meditation called loving kindness, or metta. It is beautifully simple. You sit quietly and repeat gentle phrases. First, for yourself. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be free from suffering. Then, for someone you care about, may you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be free. then gradually for everyone, even strangers, even difficult people, even the whole world. At first, it may feel strange, but over time, your heart softens, barriers dissolve. You begin to feel connected to something larger than your personal story. You realize everyone is struggling, everyone is hoping, everyone wants to be loved, just like you. This realization is powerful because loneliness depends on the illusion that you are separate. Compassion reminds you that you belong, not because you are impressive, but because you are human. You don't need to be extraordinary to matter. Your presence alone can be healing. The way you sit calmly with someone, the way you speak gently, the way you choose patience instead of irritation. These qualities create safety, and safety is rare in this world. Imagine becoming someone whose presence feels like rest, someone others feel comfortable around, someone who listens without judgment. This is a beautiful legacy, not fame, not achievements, but kindness. And the beautiful secret is this: the more compassion you offer, the less lonely you feel, because you stop asking, "Who will care about me?" and you begin living, "I care about you." And in that giving, you discover you were never empty. You were always full of warmth, waiting to be shared. Your pain becomes a bridge, your heart becomes a home, and suddenly the world feels less cold, less distant, less lonely, because you are part of its healing. If these words met you gently today, carry them slowly. You do not need to rush your healing. You do not need to become someone else. Just breathe. Be present. Treat yourself with kindness. Take one small step at a time. Loneliness is not your identity. Depression is not your destiny. They are seasons, and seasons always change. May you be patient with yourself. May you feel connected. May you remember that even in quiet moments, you belong here. Thank you for listening. Be gentle with your heart.